So when exactly did it happen? Have you ever wondered about the precise, exact fraction of a second in history where our ancestors actually crossed the line from just surviving like animals and sparked the real fire of human ingenuity? Well, let's find out. The human spark, an evolutionary fast forward. Today, in this explainer, we're basically hitting the fast forward button on millions of years of history to dive into the definitive milestones of our deep past.
Section 1. The beginning. Standing upright.
Let's jump back, way back, 40 million years ago. Primates are just emerging in these dense tropical forests. But then, fast forward to 600,000 years ago, and bam, the first ice age hits. By 50,000 years ago, the fourth ice age is at its absolute peak. This brutal, extreme shift from a massive global summer to literally freezing ice forced our ancestors into the ultimate ultimatum: adapt or die. And that brings us to Pithecanthropus erectus, often known as Java Man. These early ancestors did something absolutely revolutionary for the time. They stood fully upright. Now, why does that matter so much? Well, standing on 2 feet completely freed up their hands to actually manipulate the world around them. And that specific change paved the way for a brain far, far larger than any ape's. Section 2. The Stone Age Revolution. From rocks to tools. It's kind of like a giant puzzle. At first, early humans were literally just picking up sharp rocks they found lying around by chance. We call those eoliths. But then, a massive cognitive leap happened. They started intentionally striking flint to craft tools during the Paleolithic era. And eventually, they're actually polishing and specializing these tools in the Neolithic era. We went from just surviving our environment to actively shaping it. And you've got to appreciate this next part. Think of it as the smartphone of the Stone Age, the bone needle. I'm serious. Along with the bow and arrow, this tiny invention was a massive, game-changing technological leap. It completely transformed how humans lived, allowing them to stitch together warm clothing and actually survive the brutal ice. Section 3. The Great Discovery of Fire and Accidental Brilliance. Just picture this accidental brilliance for a second. Maybe it was sparks flying from a struck stone or dry branches rubbing together in the wind. Early humans witnessed this terrifying, raw force of nature and somehow bravely learned to control it. Taming fire changed absolutely everything. It completely defeated the brutal cold of the Ice Age, it kept deadly predators at bay, and it allowed us to finally cook meat and roots for much better digestion. And that cooked food, it was absolutely vital fuel for our rapidly growing brains. Section 4. Neanderthal versus True Human, a tale of 2 species. This was literally a clash of brains versus brawn. You had the Neanderthal, who relied heavily on a heavy jaw, sheer brute strength, and, believe it or not, a really restricted thumb movement. But then you have the true human, or Cro-Magnon. They had a taller stature, a forward-thinking brain, and some seriously complex tool variation. So these true humans migrated from the southern and eastern regions, moving directly into Neanderthal territory. And because they had much better communication and advanced weaponry, they hunted big game like mammoth, bison, and wild horses with incredible efficiency. Ultimately, they outsurvived and entirely replaced the Neanderthals. Section 5. The Dawn of Human Art, the ultimate proof of consciousness. The breathtaking details of these ancient archers and deer are just incredible to witness. Because this isn't just an image, this is visual, undeniable proof of early humans actively reflecting on their own world. Think about the sheer dedication here. Early humans ventured deep into the pitch-black caves of France and Spain, with absolutely nothing but flickering firelight to guide them. And right there in the dark, they engraved wild horses, rhinos, and deer onto rocks and animal bones. Now, this is an absolutely crucial point to take away from this explainer. This art was created for aesthetic pleasure and imagination. It wasn't just for survival. It wasn't a practical tool for hunting. It was a profound, beautiful expression of inner life and truly the dawn of the human mind as we know it. We literally went from striking rocks together to painting our very souls on cave walls. So it leaves us with a pretty massive question. What will our modern cave art be for humans a million years from now? Will it be our technology, our data, or something else entirely?